Yeah, but that wasn't prosthetics. Well, that wasn't really prosthetics, that was just plumbing. Yeah, I said plumbing. As in my whole wardrobe was plumbed with blood. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, in Swan Song, I had a big, my eye swelled shut. I don't know if you remember that. Because Satan, Sam, was punching, yeah, was kicking ass. And I put this thing on, and it took about an hour and a half to 2 hours to put on. And it was during the day, but it wasn't. This was in the springtime, so it wasn't. It was late March, so it wasn't hot. But what happened was, because the scene was so intense, when they fall into the hole, and then Dean kind of crawls over to the hole. It was an emotional scene, and Dean started crying. Wait, what? Well, Dean started crying.
Who plays Dean?
I played Dean, but I was. So anyway, the salt and the tears started to melt the glue, and then that just started mixing into my eye. And so once again, we're dealing with glue in your eye, which then like glue, once it starts hardening and crusting your eye closed, and it's very painful and very horrible. And I guess I probably shouldn't have acted in that.
Should have just cried with one eye.
Well, yeah, well, that's the problem. There were tears coming out of this eye. Nothing was coming out of this eye because it was covered in crust. So, but that's what we did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing that horrible memory back.
Hey, bud.
I want to speak for everybody. It's just like I told Misha last night. Everyone is going to miss you guys so much because we're not having a convention next year. But my question is, Dean, I've got an old Impala too. When are they going to bring that car back? I mean, that's your baby. That's my and I know that it seems like they've written it in there where Dean's not really missing. And I'm just kind of wondering if that car's going to come back.
It'll come back. It'll come back. We just, I did a lot of bitching and pleading for a number of years. And they finally dumped about 25, 30K into one of them. We have about 5 of them, right? And they finally souped one up. What they drop in Cliffy? That was a 502? Yeah, 502 big block Chevy. Sport better, sport suspension. Basically gave the whole thing an overhaul. And it is sweet, man. And so they wouldn't have done that to just keep a tarp over it. So it'll come back. And it'll be better before.
Well, you've been with that car for 7 years, it's like you don't even need it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Hi.
What was your favorite episode of Supernatural?
I think you and I both have the same one. I think it's the one that just recently, Death's Door, where Bobby died. I think not because obviously very upset that the character is gone, but I think as far as the story, as far as the performance, as far as directing goes, I think that was one of, if not the best in the series.
Yeah, mine too. I was really sad obviously that Bobby died, but I felt like it was done so well. There was so much heart and soul poured into that episode. And also I think it's one of the few times that Jensen and I have been able to watch the show kind of like y'all guys. Like, we watched it as fans. We weren't there because we weren't in the scenes. So we got to watch it and kind of find out what was happening
As an audience member.
as an audience member. So it was a really unique experience. I've had experience with the end, which I thought was awesome also. But I think it was a time that we finally got to watch it and just be fans of the show. And on top of that, it was a great acting episode, great directed episode. Very sad. So mine too.
What's your favorite?
I would have to say the Christmas episode.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. And then there was one. Hi.
I was just wondering what you guys thought of the Castiel pairing.
In the storyline?
Yeah, like in the whole series.
What do we think of Dean and Castiel's relationship in the series?
Yeah.
I think it's like a second brother, right?
What's that?
It becomes kind of like a
It's
second
like
brother.
it's kind of, you know, it's this really odd, strange friendship. You know, I think there's a deep respect that they both have for each other. You know, ultimately they're two completely different beings, but I think that there's an understanding there that Sam and Dean kind of share, which is, you know, I got your back.
And Sam and Castiel obviously don't get along. Castiel likes for Sam, and with good reason. I mean, Sam kind of has up the deal, and Cass being an angel, hated demons. But I think it was someone for Dean to kind of vent to, I guess.
It was a reliable source for Dean. He needed somebody. He needed, you know, he was trying to be a reliable source for his brother, but he needed to have somebody to ask for help too. And I think Cass fulfilled that role.